I resigned from my job only when my second book also succeeded. So when my royalty check became more than my salary. तो बहुत boring, बहुत pragmatic. आपको जो कहना है कह दीजिए. अगर आप बिना सोचे समझे कूद पड़े, you know ये मेरा ड्रीम है, ये मेरा सपना है और मैं बॉस को लात मार के मैं कूद जाऊंगा. योर ड्रीम कैन टर्न इनटू अ नाइटमेयर ना. भाई बिल्स तो चुकाने हैं ना. पब्लिशर who rejected actually told me कि you have to dumb it down a bit if you, I kid you not.
Dumb it down.
Dumb it down.
Dumb the book down.
हाँ कि आप ये यार हर दूसरे तीसरे चैप्टर पे आप ये ज्ञान सेशन क्यों कर रहे हो. यू नो यू आर डिस्कसिंग फिलोसफी फ्रॉम वेदास पुराणास. ही सेड युवा पीढ़ी को इसमें कुछ रुचि नहीं है. माँ हरदम कहती थी हम तुम लोग को एक कॉन्वेंट स्कूल में भेज रहे हैं ताकि तुम ये अंग्रेज़ी वालों के सामने तुम सहमोगे नहीं. वी वेंट टू स्कूल्स वेयर आवर फ्रेंड्स हैड शूज़ विच कॉस्ट मोर देन माई फादर सैलरी. तो अपना बस ये पूरा ये था कि कुछ भी करके. एंड माँ जो भी बलिदान माँ और पापा करते थे वो कभी छुपाती नहीं थी. तो शी ऑलवेज हैड दिस थिंग, शी वुड नॉट एक्सेप्ट नंबर 2. ओके, यू हैव टू इन सम वेज शी सेड यू हैव टू अर्न द सैक्रिफाइसेस दैट योर फादर एंड मदर आर मेकिंग फॉर यू. परिवार में हरदम ये मजाक रहता था कि सरस्वती माँ की बहुत कृपा है, लक्ष्मी माँ दूर रहती हैं. लेकिन पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी लक्ष्मी माँ की कृपा बढ़ी है लेकिन सरस्वती माँ की कृपा कम हुई है शायद.
पर अमीश ये जो आप कह रहे हैं, इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन, जो थोड़ा मोड़ा मैंने रिसर्च किया आपके ऊपर, you've gone to the best of the schools, you've gone to Lawrence, you've gone to Cathedral.
Yeah.
So there was no compromise when it came to schools.
That's what I'm telling you. My parents sent us to schools that was way beyond their income and social class. When my sister still gets emotional about it when she talks about it. She says Ma had taken her to the school. The watchman outside wasn't letting my mother in.
Why?
Because he assumed she was a maid or something.
What are you saying?
And my sister remembers, and she still gets emotional talking about it, because Ma was refusing to leave. She was crying outside. She was refusing to leave. He's saying, "मेरी बच्ची का interview तो करो." It was a financial services job. You know, it's 6 days a week, often 7 days a week, hard work. I used to didn't have that much time, तो मैं office commute में लिखता था. I was usually on the back seat of my car. Much of the first 2 books of mine were actually written
on way to office and back. That's how
मुंबई में ट्रैफिक जैम इतने बढ़िया होते हैं. 1-1.5 घंटे हर everywhere. To go to London was lot of difficulties in life. I just wanted to be alone actually.
Because when I spoke to you, you told me मैं यहीं settle कर रहा हूँ.
नहीं. I was very clear. वापस तो इंडिया में ही आना है. But I wanted to be away for a few years. थोड़ा दिमाग का थोड़ा ज़्यादा दही हो गया था. It was Rajamouli ji who said that practically every grand epic in India is a version of the Ramayana or the Mahabharata or the Puranas. Okay, and Indians will never get bored of hearing these stories again and again and again from different perspectives.
Namaskar. Welcome to Inside Out with Megha Prasad. Today's guest, Amish Tripathi, is a celebrated author known for blending mythology with fiction to create captivating stories such as the Shiva trilogy as well as the Ramchandra series. Amish's writing celebrates India's ancient wisdom while appealing to modern sensibilities. His words and his work have redefined modern Indian storytelling by bringing ancient epics to contemporary audiences. Beyond his books, Amish is an influential thinker as well as a public speaker advocating for the preservation and reinterpretation of Indian culture in the contemporary context. Amish Tripathi, welcome to my podcast.
Thank you.
शुरुआत तो मैं करना चाहती थी आपके ही शुरुआती के दिनों से, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि मैं सबसे पहले ये जानना चाहती हूँ आपसे कि आजकल अमीश त्रिपाठी कहाँ बिजी है. मेलुहा से लेके महाभारत की पॉडकास्ट देख लिया हम लोगों ने, पढ़ लिया हम लोगों ने. अमीश त्रिपाठी आजकल क्या कर रहे हैं?
अरे घंटे कम पड़ जाते हैं, अभी क्या बताएं. काम तो बहुत है. पुस्तक भी 11 पुस्तकें तो आपको मालूम है प्रकाशित हो चुकी हैं. 12वीं का लेखन शुरू है जी. राजेंद्र चोला के ऊपर है.
राजेंद्र चोला के ऊपर
तो मैं लिख रहा हूँ.
चोला डायनेस्टी।
जी जी जी, जो राजराज चोला के जो पुत्र थे।
अच्छा।
तो वो एक प्रोजेक्ट है। दूसरा मैं पॉडकास्ट भी कर रहा हूँ।
कुछ कहानी लिख रहे होंगे ना?
हाँ,
आप
कहानी
कोई
लिख
हिस्ट्री तो लिख नहीं रहे?
ना, फिक्शन
फिक्शन है। अच्छा।
नॉन फिक्शन भी लिखता हूँ मैं, कथेटर भी लिखता हूँ, लेकिन हाँ फिक्शन भी लिखता हूँ।
ओके।
ज़्यादातर तो मेरे फिक्शन ही है। तो एक तो ये है, दूसरा पॉडकास्ट तो चल रहा है, आपने देखे भी हैं
जी।
इमॉर्टल इंडिया विद अमीश। आपके ही पॉडकास्ट में मैं मार्केटिंग कर देता हूँ स्मूथली। डॉक्यूमेंट्री मैं होस्टिंग भी करता हूँ डिस्कवरी टीवी में। तो लेजेंड्स ऑफ द रामायण जो मेरी जो पहली डॉक्यूमेंट्री थी, उसका सेकंड सीजन अभी शूटिंग ख़त्म हो गया है।
अच्छा।
डबिंग बाकी है, वो भी अगले साल आ जाएगी। एक AAA वीडियो गेम भी है, प्रॉपर मतलब जो प्ले स्टेशन वाला वीडियो गेम, रामायण के ऊपर आधारित है। ब्रिटिश फ्रेंच कंपनी है। वीडियो गेम रामायण के ऊपर आधारित है। तो ये एज ऑफ राम नाम है, विच विल बी इन ग्रुप ऑफ गेम्स कॉल्ड एज ऑफ भारत।
आ चुकी है क्योंकि मैंने
मैं काम शुरू किया है इसके ऊपर।
There is a video game you are working on.
Correct.
In collaboration with?
It's a British French company.
Okay. What's
called
the name of the game?
Tara. The name of the game is Age of Ram.
Okay, and what's
the company's name is Tara Games.
Okay.
And the guys founding it, who have founded it, are from Ubisoft, etc. So the top video, and all Westerners. तो ये 2026 में लोकार्पण हो जाएगा इसका।
अच्छा।
ये भी है, और एक मूवी, एक चित्रपट का शूटिंग भी शुरू हो गया है श्री कृष्ण के ऊपर। We've just started shooting. मुहूर्त शॉट। Proper movie, live action movie.
No documentary, movie.
Movie.
Who's starring in it?
तो it's called Radha Ramanam. Yeah, the muhurat shot was just 10 days back, 10-12 days back. We've decided to do something. हार्दिक गज्जर जो हैं देवों के देव महादेव के निर्देशक, he is the director, and Creative Land is the producer.
हीरो तो बताइए।
And नहीं,
कृष्णा कौन है?
इसमें we have done something very interesting. What we have decided is actually we will use debutantes for Lord Krishna, Devi Rukmini, Radha ji, so that the idea is you spend more of the money on the sets
and not on the
yeah. So because you find in many Bollywood movies, the movie's budget is 150 crores. But what's been spent on the sets is only 20-25 crores, because much of the money goes,
paying off.
So it doesn't look like a 150 crore movie, right? Okay. So what we've decided, and actually in many ways, getting a new actor, there's no preconceived notions that you have as a viewer, right? You will accept
new people.
Like Arun Govil ji in Ramayana, or Mohit Rena in Devon Ke Dev Mahadev, he becomes the Lord. So, and you should see the sets, it's grand. I mean, it's like
you seem excited.
I'm very excited about it.
So, Amish Tripathi right now is working on a movie, working on a video game, writing his book, and of course also his podcast.
Correct. And documentaries. I produced documentaries also. One on Ram Janmabhoomi early this year.
Too many hats, Amish.
Workaholic.
चलिए फिर अब आते हैं आपके शुरू के दिनों में। बैंकर से ऑथर कैसे और क्यों?
देखिए, ऐसा है कि स्टोरी आइडिया स्ट्रक में rather it began as a pure philosophy thesis which got converted into a story. पहली 2 पुस्तकें मैंने नौकरी के साथ लिखी. I come from middle class background, तो very risk averse, very practical. I resigned from my job only when my second book also succeeded. So when my royalty check became more than my salary. तो बहुत boring, बहुत pragmatic. आपको जो कहना है कह दीजिए.
No, practical, of course. What else?
Of course, practical है. देखिए, ये ऐसा है कि अगर आप बिना सोचे समझे कूद पड़े, ये मेरा ड्रीम है, ये मेरा सपना है, और मैं बॉस को लात मार के मैं कूद जाऊंगा. योर ड्रीम कैन टर्न इनटू अ नाइटमेयर ना. भाई बिल्स तो चुकाने हैं ना.
Pragmatism इसमें तो है ही नहीं.
तो दिल और दिमाग दोनों का इस्तेमाल किया हमने. और मैं हरदम यही एक सजेशन देता हूँ लोगों को, यूज योर हार्ट एंड योर माइंड टू मेक डिसीजंस.
इनिशियल रिजेक्शन की बात आप बहुत करते
जी।
हैं, बहुत सारे पब्लिशर्स जिन्होंने ठुकराया आपको, बाद में लौट के आए आपके पास, बट सवाल यहाँ पर ये है अमीश कि what did that sort of teach you in terms of believing in your own work, and also of course the lessons, the experiences one has. आप हर जगह जा रहे हैं, मदद मांग रहे हैं, मिल नहीं रहा है, आप जिंदगी के इन कॉन्सेप्ट्स पर बहुत डील करते हैं. So what did that experience teach you, and how much did that push you to believe in what you were writing, because there was an initial rejection even to the book also.
Of course. देखिए, एक इसके ऊपर टिप्पणी होगी सामाजिक तौर पर और एक आध्यात्मिक, पर्सनल, स्पिरिचुअल तौर पर.
जी.
सामाजिक तौर पर आई थिंक ये मुझे दर्शा रहा था कि हमारी जो प्रकाशन की जो इंडस्ट्री थी यार, पब्लिशिंग इंडस्ट्री, वो उस ज़माने की बात कर रहा हूँ, ये मैं 2008-2009 की बात कर रहा हूँ. मेरी सबसे पहली पुस्तक 2010 में प्रकाशित हुई थी, 2008 में तैयार हो गई थी पुस्तक.
जी.
उस ज़माने में हमारी जो पब्लिशिंग इंडस्ट्री थी भारत में, वो कई हद तक भारतीय पब्लिशिंग इंडस्ट्री नहीं थी, वो एक ब्रिटिश पब्लिशिंग इंडस्ट्री थी जो बस ऐसे ही भारत में गुजारा कर रही थी. इट वाज दैट काइंड ऑफ एन एटीट्यूड. तो जो अप्रोच था हमारी पुस्तकों के ऊपर, वैसा ही अप्रोच था जैसे गोरे अंग्रेज शायद हमारे संस्कृति पर रखते थे. इट वॉजंट the pride of someone who's grown up in this culture. It was like an outsider in, look at this exotic culture sort of. अगर आप भारतीय हैं तो आप इंडिया को डिस्कवर थोड़ी करेंगे. आप तो भारत में भले पड़े, डिस्कवर क्या करना है? हम जाके डिस्कवर अंग्रेज को करेंगे ना, खुद को, मतलब we've grown up with it, right? तो ये एक एटीट्यूड एक अलग था. दूसरा, ज़्यादातर उस ज़माने में ज़्यादातर एक ये था. अभी बहुत बदल गया है वो, मैं ज़रूर कहूँगा. दूसरी बात, कुछ धारणाएं भी थी कि देखिए, अगर पुस्तक बहुत लंबी है, क्योंकि मेरी पुस्तकें लंबी हैं, 400-500 पन्नों की होती हैं, अगर आप उसमें ज़्यादा दर्शन कर रहे हैं, फ़लसफ़ा कर रहे हैं, वन publisher rejected actually told me कि you have to dumb it down a bit. If you, I kid you not,
dumb it down.
Dumb
the book down.
हाँ, कि आप ये यार हर दूसरे तीसरे चैप्टर पे आप ये ज्ञान सेशन क्यों कर रहे हो? You know, you're discussing philosophy from Vedas, Puranas. He said युवा पीढ़ी को इसमें कुछ रुचि नहीं है. I was actually told that by a publisher.
अच्छा.
And ironically आप देखेंगे कि मेरे ज़्यादातर पाठक तो युवा पीढ़ी हैं.
That's a
and
wrong
they're the
understanding
ones
of युवा पीढ़ी.
Exactly. And this assumption कि the youth aren't interested in any intelligent stuff is a bias. It's not true.
Your
It's not true.
Few after a while.
तो ये सामाजिक तौर पर ये एक शायद मुझे दर्शा रहा था. लेकिन दूसरी बात है पर्सनल तौर पे. आई थिंक परहैप्स विदाउट रियलाइजिंग इट, जो प्रभु श्री कृष्ण ने भगवद गीता में हम सबको बताया है, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन, विदाउट रियलाइजिंग इट परहैप्स मैं वो जी रहा था. क्योंकि देखिए, हम लोग 4 भाई बहन हैं. वी ग्रो अप इन अ वेरी हम्बल बैकग्राउंड. आवर पेरेंट्स मेड अ लॉट ऑफ सैक्रिफाइसेस फॉर आवर एजुकेशन. वी वर द फर्स्ट जनरेशन एजुकेटेड इन इंग्लिश in our family. Our parents were educated in the Hindi medium. They sent us to schools and colleges which were way beyond their social and income class.
Okay.
माँ हरदम कहती थी हम तुम लोग को एक कॉन्वेंट स्कूल में भेज रहे हैं ताकि तुम ये अंग्रेज़ी वालों के सामने तुम सहमोगे नहीं. We went to schools where our friends had shoes which cost more than my father's salary. तो अपना बस ये पूरा ये था कि कुछ भी करके, एंड माँ जो भी बलिदान माँ और पापा करते थे वो कभी छुपाती नहीं थी. एंड शी यूज्ड टू से कि यू हैव टू अर्न दिस. हम लोग कभी नहीं कहेंगे कि तुम्हें कौन सा सब्जेक्ट शूट करना है, कौन से करियर में जाना है, वो हम कहीं नहीं कहेंगे. लेकिन जहाँ भी तुम जाओगे वहाँ पे नंबर 1 रहोगे. तो शी ऑलवेज हैड दिस थिंग, शी वुड नॉट एक्सेप्ट नंबर 2. ओके, यू हैव टू, in some ways she said, you have to earn the sacrifices that your father and mother are making for you, which was actually good, because then all four of us had that fire in the belly. So which is why I used to, all four of us were very pragmatic in our career choices. I was very clear कि भाई मेरी इतिहास में रुचि है, अध्यात्म में रुचि है, वी ग्रो अप इन दैट एटमोसफेयर एट होम, सब कुछ हमारे संस्कृति के बारे में हमने घर में सीखा था, बट आई वॉज वेरी क्लियर प्रैग्मेटिक रहूँगा, BSc मैथ्स करूँगा, MBA करूँगा, अच्छी नौकरी करूँगा. वाई? बिकॉज आई हैव टू अर्न दिस.
पैसे कमाने.
तो जो पुस्तकें जो थी फॉर मी, इट वॉज एक्चुअली बस यार मैं अपने लिए कर रहा हूँ, बिकॉज आई वॉजंट थिंकिंग कि मुझे ये पब्लिश करके पैसा कमाना है, यश कमाना है. आई वॉजंट थिंकिंग ऑफ एनी ऑफ ऑल दैट.
व्हाट वर यू थिंकिंग?
बस अपने लिए कर रहा हूँ. आई लाइक डूइंग इट, तो आई एम डूइंग इट. करेक्ट. और अगर कोई भी ना पढ़े, सिर्फ मेरे परिवार के लोग पढ़ें, परिवारजन पढ़ें, नो प्रॉब्लम. तो आई इन सम वेज विदाउट रियलाइजिंग इट I was actually living karmanivadakaraste, because I wasn't thinking anything about the results, which is why even when publishers were rejecting it, मैंने कभी ये नहीं सोचा कि यार ये गिव अप मार दो, ये वो. 2 साल तक मेरी मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट जो थी वो रिजेक्ट होती रही, but I had already started writing the second book, and this was still while I was at my job. And it was a financial services job, you know. It's 6 days a week, often 7 days a week, hard work. I used to didn't have that much time, तो मैं ऑफिस कम्यूट में लिखता था. I was usually on the back seat of my car. Much of the first 2 books of mine were actually written
on way to office and back. That's how
मुंबई में ट्रैफिक जैम इतने बढ़िया होते हैं, 1-1.5 घंटे हर एवरीवेयर
लिख रहे हैं. रिजेक्शन की बात कर रहे हैं अमीश. एक पर्सनल सी बात मुझे याद आई, मैं शेयर करना चाहती हूँ आपसे. पता नहीं शायद मैंने आपसे बताया या नहीं पहले कभी हमारे फ़ोन पर बातचीत में, मगर मुझे याद है योर ब्रदर इन लॉ मिस्टर हिमांशु रॉय, अ वेरी वेरी डियर फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन. ये मुझे लगता है कुछ 8-10 साल, याद भी नहीं आ रहा कितनी पुरानी बात है, मगर वो यहाँ जॉइंट कमिश्नर क्राइम मुंबई में पोस्टेड थे एज जॉइंट कमिश्नर क्राइम, और मैं उस वक्त मुंबई में काम करती थी. आई वाज हेडिंग द ब्यूरो हियर ऑफ अ नेशनल चैनल. मुझे याद है, और क्राइम में तो बहुत फोकस रहता है न्यूज़ चैनल का. मेरा फोकस बहुत था क्राइम पर, और उनसे मिलना जुलना, इट वाज लाइक यू नो almost like 3 times a week that you would say hello to him, because the kind of work that you were doing. And one fine day I remember him, and I remember this so clearly because बाद में जाके समझ आया हुआ क्या. उन्होंने मुझे फ़ोन किया एक दिन, very you know sort of asking for help type tone में, जो usually नहीं होता था उनका. मुझे पहले समझाया कि यू नो आई हैव अ ब्रदर इन लॉ, मेरे छोटे साले साहब हैं, माय वाइफ्स यंगर ब्रदर. वो किताबें लिखते हैं, उन्होंने एक किताब लिखी, आई थिंक ही वाज रेफरिंग टू मेलुहा इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन. अभी तो मुझे बहुत याद नहीं है, बट उनकी पहली किताब आ रही है, और विल यू एज अ टोकन ऑफ एनकरेजमेंट डू अ स्टोरी ऑन दैट. अभी फ़ोन पे तो आप मना कर सकते नहीं हो उनको, मैं तो कर नहीं सकती थी, तो मैंने ज़्यादा कुछ बोला नहीं, फ़ोन रखी और मन में ये सोचा कि क्या मिस्टर रॉय मुझे किताब के ऊपर स्टोरी करने के लिए फ़ोन कर रहे. You know, you expect like big time stories from him. कभी डॉक्यूमेंट आ रही, कभी कुछ वीडियो आ रहा है, बड़ी स्टोरीज इम्पैक्ट होती थी. इन्होंने मुझे किताब के लिए फ़ोन किया, एंड आज मैं कहती हूँ ये बात, वो उन्होंने कहा, मेरे ज़हन से वो बात निकल गई. मतलब आई डिडंट इवन ब्रिंग इट टू माय बॉस कि मैं बोलूँ कि हिमांशु रॉय का रिक्वेस्ट आया था. डन एंड ओवर दैट कॉन्वर्सेशन, ओवर, आई फॉरगॉट अबाउट इट. कुछ नहीं किया मैंने. Years later, Amish, when your book became a bestseller, and the name rung in my head कि ये तो इसी के लिए बात कर रहे थे, who's this man, and I found out कि आप ही के लिए वो बोल रहे थे, अमीश त्रिपाठी के लिए बोल रहे थे. And then I said, okay, that's a miss. और मुझे कभी मौका उनसे बोलने को नहीं लगा after that. But आपसे कह रही हूँ कि that was perhaps, I won't say I'm regretting it at this moment, but we should have done that story on you.
नहीं, वो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात ये नहीं है कि आपने की या क्या स्टोरी की या नहीं की. सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि दादा ने कभी मुझे बताया नहीं कि उन्होंने ये किया है. वो मेरे सबसे बड़े बहन दीदी, हम 3 भाई हैं, एक बहन है, सबसे बड़ी दीदी हैं भावना दी, उनके पति थे. लेकिन वी वर सो क्लोज, हम उन्हें दादा बुलाते थे. because he was like our eldest brother, and he was a man's man. जो
You're saying a man's
कभी-
friend. I call him a friend's friend.
कभी किसी से मदद लेंगे नहीं, लेकिन हरदम देते थे, और कभी जताते भी नहीं थे, बोलते भी नहीं थे. जेम ऑफ मैन.
You
उनकी पिक्चर अभी भी यहाँ पे है,
देखा, गुस्से
पापा
से
की
मैंने
और
उनकी 3
हिमांशु दा
pictures
की.
देखी
हरदम
हैं.
हम लोग जहाँ भी रहते हैं, उनकी और पापा की दोनों की पिक्चर हरदम रहती है.
You're getting emotional, Amish.
ना
I'm going to drop that right now because I understand the pain the family has gone through. चलिए, early influences. आपके early influences, your grandfather, you talk about him a lot. How was it growing up in a family so steeped in culture, mythology, किताबें आप लोग को बिल्कुल शुरू से पकड़ा दी गई थी? कहीं तो श्रेय आपको परिवार को देना ही पड़ेगा.
नहीं, मैं
आज
हरदम
आप
देता हूँ.
अमीश-
मैं हरदम देता हूँ, और ये परिवार में हरदम ये मजाक रहता था कि सरस्वती माँ की बहुत कृपा है, लक्ष्मी माँ दूर रहती हैं. लेकिन पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी लक्ष्मी माँ की कृपा बढ़ी है, लेकिन सरस्वती माँ की कृपा कम हुई है शायद. बाबा जी तो हमारे बहुत ज्ञानी थे. विश्वनाथ जी में पंडित थे, BHU में पढ़ाया करते थे, मैथ्स एंड फिजिक्स. संस्कृत में मास्टर्स किया था उन्होंने. वेद पुराण के पंडित.
जी.
और 8 बच्चे थे उनके. उस यूपी में तो बड़े परिवार होते थे. 5 लड़कियां थीं, 3 लड़के थे. सबको पढ़ाया जो उस जमाने में.
This is your maternal grandfather.
नो, माय पैटर्नल
Your paternal grandfather.
पिताजी के पिताजी.
Okay.
मटर्नल ग्रैंडमदर वाज आल्सो अ टीचर.
अच्छा.
प्रिंसिपल थी अपनी स्कूल के, ग्वालियर में.
This must have been.
हाँ, बहुत. तो दोनों पापा माँ दोनों बहुत ही मतलब दे फ्रॉम टीचर्स फैमिली.
Yeah.
तो पढ़ने की आदत थी. हमारी संस्कृति में डूबे हुए थे. वी ग्रो अप इन दैट एटमोसफियर. और जैसा मैंने बताया, उन लोग पापा और माँ ने हमें कॉन्वेंट स्कूल में भेजा, अंग्रेज़ी स्कूल में भेजा, लेकिन हरदम ये कहते थे बाहर तुम लोग इंडिया में पढ़ रहे हो, घर में भारत ही होगा. तो घर में हम लोग हिंदी में बात करते, इसलिए मेरी हिंदी मतलब मुझे कोई कठिनाई नहीं है.
आपकी.
हाँ, घर में हिंदी में हम लोग बातचीत करते थे और संस्कृति से जुड़े हुए थे. और बाहर जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, माँ कहती थी तुम ये अंग्रेज़ी वालों के सामने सहमोगे नहीं तुम लोग.
पर अमीश, ये जो आप कह रहे हैं, इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन, जो थोड़ा मोड़ा मैंने रिसर्च किया आपके ऊपर, you've gone to the best of the schools, you've gone to Lawrence, you've gone to Cathedral.
Yeah.
So there was no compromise when it came to schools.
That's what I'm telling you. My
hardly anybody gets.
parents sent us to schools that was way beyond their income and social class. I can tell my sister was the
Okay.
eldest. When my sister still gets emotional about it when she talks about it. The
And your
first
sister,
school,
if I'm not
Bhavna
mistaken,
Didi.
made it to the IAS.
She made it to
because
the
that's
IAS
what
as well.
Himanshu told me when he was
She was
introducing
an IAS
Bhavna Ji
officer.
to me.
The first school, because she was the first one to be sent to a convent school. She says Ma had taken her to the school. The watchman outside wasn't letting my mother in
Why?
because he assumed she was a maid or something.
What are you
And my sister remembers, and she still gets emotional talking about it, because Ma was refusing to leave. She was crying outside. She was refusing to leave. He's saying, "मेरी बच्ची का इंटरव्यू तो करो." And she had this entire confidence in us कि तुम बस हमारे बच्चों से मिलो. There's no way you'll not give them admission. तो मतलब I remember she had taken Dada Didi to Cathedral School. They were in a boarding school, Weinberg Island. Then they had been brought to Cathedral. And Dada had told me this because she had not applied to any other school.
Okay, only to Cathedral.
Only to Cathedral.
Okay.
And this was, I'm talking about, I don't know, 1980s or something.
Okay.
Wasn't easy getting into Cathedral. And the principal actually asked my mother that आपने कहीं और अप्लाई नहीं किया है, अगर आपके बच्चे यहाँ पे नहीं घुसे तो. नहीं, मेरे बच्चे, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है उनके ऊपर, आप उनको एडमिशन देंगे ही क्योंकि उनकी काबिलियत है इतनी. तो शी हैड दैट फुल कॉन्फिडेंस इन अस.
मगर पैसों की तंगी बहुत थी.
प्यार था, पैसे की थोड़ी तंगी थी. लेकिन देखिए जैसे परिवार आगे बढ़ता गया पैसे भी आ गए,
पैसे भी आ गए।
और देखिए अगर माँ और पापा हरदम ये कहते थे अगर परिवार सशक्त नहीं है तो पैसा एक्चुअली एक श्राप हो सकता है। तो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण होता है कि आपका परिवार स्ट्रांग हो। अप्स एंड डाउन्स तो होते हैं यार ज़िंदगी में, किस यू नो who's safe from it.
Absolutely.
And in the you see so many families, and I lived in the West for 4.5 years. You see so many societies which are just in many ways those societies are breaking up because there's an epidemic of loneliness, and I'm not saying money is not important. Of course it's important, but to chase that at the cost of everything else is not a good idea.
That's not a good
It's not a good idea.
Totally
Again, I'm not
agree.
swinging to the other extreme. I'm certainly not a socialist. Okay, it is the most idiotic thing to do. You need we are a culture that worships the goddess of wealth. There's nothing wrong with wealth, but जैसे हमारे बड़ों ने कहा था लक्ष्मी माँ की आप मूर्ति जो देखेंगे शी इज होल्डिंग अ पॉट ऑफ गोल्ड, राइट, लेकिन वो ऐसे नहीं है, वो ऐसे है, द कॉइन्स आर फ्लोइंग आउट, राइट, यू आर नॉट सपोज्ड टू होल्ड इट, यू आर supposed to use that wealth for something
That's our culture.
good. That's our culture. You should worship wealth, but wealth should be combined with dharma.
Absolutely.
Only then you have a good life.
True. ये जो 4.5 साल का आपने रेफरेंस दिया अमीश, में आज जब आपकी ऑफिस यहाँ देख रही हूँ, इतना बड़ा सेटअप यहाँ देख रही हूँ, तब मेरे दिमाग में ये सवाल है, मैंने बोला ये तो मुझे पूछना ही पड़ेगा. Last I spoke to you, you were in London, and we did an interview. You were still in London. मैंने बोला भाई इतनी बड़ी सेटअप है यहाँ अमीश की, फिर लंदन में सेटल डाउन करने का प्लान ये क्या था, क्यों था, फिर आप यहाँ आ गए?
नहीं, ये भी एक्चुअली नया है. ये जो कंपनी जो है एपिजेनरस, ये मेरे पापा और मेरे जुड़वा भाई आशीष ने स्टार्ट किया था.
अच्छा.
ये जो कंपनी है ये एक्चुअली बायोटेक कंपनी है, डायबिटीज़ पर फोकस थी. फिर हिमांशुदा के साथ जो हुआ तो दे वर वेरी ट्रबल्ड, तो पापा एंड आशीष एक्चुअली चेंज द फोकस ऑफ द कंपनी, स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन कैंसर, एंड दे मेड अ वेरी big discovery which has got published in various journals including Oxford journal as well. उनका US patent भी अभी आया है कुछ महीनों पहले. It's a test, first in the world test, prognosis for cancer. It's named after Himanshu Da actually. They call it the Himanshu Roy cancer test. Elder brother Anish Da.
Is it a blood test?
It's a blood test. Elder brother Anish Da also joined this. And then when we were close to launching it, पापा का अचानक हार्ट अटैक हो गया, तो he also passed away suddenly. हमारे 6-7 साल बहुत ही डिफ़िकल्ट गए. Then Ashish Dada built the scientific team and we've done all the filing. So this company is actually relatively new. My reason to go to London was lot of difficulties in life. I just wanted to be alone actually. So I
Because when I spoke to you, you told me मैं यहीं सेटल कर रहा हूँ.
नहीं. I was very clear. वापस तो इंडिया में ही आना है. But I wanted to be away for a few years. थोड़ा दिमाग का थोड़ा ज़्यादा दही हो गया था.
नहीं, मैं वजह तो नहीं पूछना चाहूँगी. अगर आप बताना चाहेंगे तो अच्छी बात है, मगर फिर नहीं.
Lots of देखिए ये our family is such कि our family is more important to us than careers, and for all of us our career kept doing better and better, but family, as you know, we went through a lot of
upheavals, one would say.
So I just
you just get
I just wanted to be,
I think we should
I just wanted to be alone
this question.
for a little while.
This is disturbing you, Amish. चलिए किताब पर आते हैं, है ना? किताबों पर आते हैं. मुझे जरा आप ये बताइए.
लेकिन मैं रहूँगा इंडिया में, मरूँगा इंडिया में. I was there just for a few years, and वो सरकारी काम था, so it was a good excuse to go as well.
Okay, ठीक है. चलिए, शिवा ट्रिलॉजी बताइए. अब मुझे ये एक सवाल मेरी टीम से आई है, आपसे पूछना चाहते हैं. शिवा ट्रिलॉजी intertwines mythology and history very seamlessly. How do you balance the creative storytelling with factual research? जो लोग आपकी किताबों के फैन हैं वो तो ये बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपसे पूछना चाहते हैं, बताएं।
देखिए ये रिसर्च, कुछ रिसर्च होगा हिस्टोरिकल चीज़ों पे और कुछ रिसर्च होगा हमारे अध्यात्म, हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स, हमारे पुराण, हमारे आदि काव्य के ऊपर। तो जहाँ तक हिस्ट्री का जो सवाल है, तो इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन को जब मैंने मलुहा कहा तो ये एक्चुअली हिस्टोरिकल है। जो सिटीज़ के जो डिस्क्रिप्शन है, सरस्वती नदी की जो डिस्क्रिप्शन है, दैट्स एक्चुअली बेस्ड ऑन हिस्टोरिकल रिसर्च। लाइक आई सेड, आई रीड अ लॉट। मैं बहुत पुस्तकें पढ़ता हूँ बचपन से, हमारे परिवार में हर कोई पढ़ता है बहुत। तो दैट हिस्टोरिकल रिसर्च वहाँ पे आ गया। और जहाँ तक हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स के हैं, देखिए हमारे पुराण, रामायण, महाभारत और कई हद तक, स्पेशली रामायण महाभारत तक, कई हद तक शहरी इलाकों में, आधुनिक भारत में जो धारणा जो बनी है इन कहानियों की, वो एक्चुअली 2 टेलीविज़न सीरियल्स के ऊपर आधारित है। 1980s में जो रामानंद सागर जी ने रामायण बनाया था और B.R. चोपड़ा जी ने जो महाभारत बनाया था। Ramanand Sagar ji didn't actually follow the Valmiki Ramayana exactly. Much of it was actually on the Ramcharitmanas. Goswami Tulsidas ji ने जो रचना की थी उसकी। महाभारत में भी, you know, there were various changes, and there are many versions of the Ramayana. Luckily, because of my family background, I'm aware of many of these. I've either read them or have had them, you know, told to me. Old-fashioned way हम लोग जो सुनते थे। तो lot of that research has also gone into the books. जैसे if I say that goddess Sita, देवी सीता could have been a warrior, जैसे मैंने रामचंद्र श्रृंखला में जो दर्शाया मैंने, तो अद्भुत रामायण जिसकी रचना भी वाल्मीकि जी में की थी, उसमें तो सीता माँ, she is the one who actually kills the elder Ravan. शिवात्रय में अगर मैं दर्शा रहा हूँ कि Lord Rudra and Lord Shiva could have been, you know, 2 different people. This is based on a Rigvedic hymn called the Hymn of Keshan, where the entire hymn describes, anyone who reads it, anyone who's a Shiv Bhakt, who reads it, they'll think Lord Shiva is being described. And the interesting thing is that the hymn ends with a line that then Keshan sat and drank. Keshan means the long-haired one, right? And Lord Shiva, and Keshan sat and drank poison with Rudra. Okay, तो इसका interpretation क्या है? Were they 2 different people? I don't know. I've used interpretations like that in my, so it is actually based on research of many of our scriptures.
Can I admit something before you, now that you're sitting in front of me, Amish? ये जब आपने आपकी शिवा ट्रिलॉजी जब मैंने उठाई पढ़ने के लिए और शुरू किया, मुझे लगता है 3रे ही चैप्टर पे, you know, I am a believer in Shiva, an ardent bhakt. I would call myself blind faith.
ओम नमः शिवाय, रुद्राक्ष वाला सब कुछ।
So with that kind of understanding of Shiva, when I was reading the book, and that whole attempt to try and contemporary setting में उसे लाना, tribal leader के जैसे दिखाना, it just made me very uncomfortable.
Okay,
I remember shutting the book and telling myself that I don't want to go ahead. I don't want to know what is this other version that the author wants to give you. There is an idea of Shiva in my head. I don't want it any other way. Believe me, उसके बाद मैंने नहीं पढ़ी, और आज जब आपकी इंटरव्यू करनी, मैंने टीम को बोला, I have not read his books. Please give me the questions.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something beautiful about India? The fact that you disagree, but we are still sitting and having this calm discussion is actually the beauty of India. आप देखेंगे कालिदास जी ने in Kumar Sambhava, Kalidas ji is the greatest Sanskrit playwright ever. In Kumar Sambhava, he shows the story, the love between Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, and then the birth of Lord Kartik, and then onwards. It's very different from many of the Shaivite Puranas. And Kalidas ji wrote it. Kalidas ji himself said that the greatest Sanskrit playwright ever was Bhasa. Bhasa wrote a version of the Ramayana called the Pancharatra, where the Mahabharata war didn't happen only. Okay, the war didn't happen. Okay, and this is the greatest Sanskrit playwright ever, according to Kalidasa.
Yeah.
And they were also celebrated in ancient times.
Yeah.
But this was also celebrated. What does that tell me about India? कि two things. One, हम अपने देवी देवताओं की कहानियाँ सुनने से कभी उबते नहीं हैं. We never get bored. We want to hear the same stories again and again and again, and from different perspectives. Correct? I think it was Rajamouli ji who said that practically every grand epic in India is a version of the Ramayana or the Mahabharata or the Puranas. Okay? And Indians will never get bored of hearing these stories again and again and again from different perspectives. That's the first thing. Second thing, it doesn't matter if there's a different perspective as long as it's done with respect. And we have a heart big enough to accept it. हमारे में कभी ऐसा नहीं होता है कि यही सत्य है, तुम ये नहीं मानोगे तो मैं तुम्हें मार दूंगा and you will burn in hell for eternity. You don't have those childish concepts. And I think this is our strength, which is why we are the only pre-Bronze Age culture that is still alive. We still celebrate stories that were told 8,000, 10,000 years ago. I'm a Shaivite. हम लोग आज भी श्री रुद्रम chant करते हैं. Vaishnavas will still chant Vishnu Sahasranam, which were composed when? 10,000 years ago perhaps. Why this continuity? Because we have this wonderful flexibility with strength.
पर आप मुझे बताइए, ये जो कथाएं हम लोग पढ़ते हैं पूजा के समय, जो कथाएं आपको सुनाई पड़ती हैं, जैसे हवन हो रहा है उसके पहले कथाएं होती हैं ना, उसमें तो बड़ी अजीब अजीब चीज़ें होती हैं. अगर आपने भगवान की पूजा नहीं करी, आपने पति की बात नहीं सुनी, तो आप अगले जन्म में एक मेढक बन के पैदा होंगी. आप कितनी ऐसी कथाएं हैं जो आज हम अभी भी पूजा के समय पंडित आपको पढ़ के बताते हैं. हवन हो रहा उसके पहले आपको ये सब बताते हो. और बड़ा ये तो आपने अभी कहा ये सारी बातें अबाउट
हर संप्रदाय में अलग अलग कहानियां हैं. और अगर आपको वो कहानी नहीं मानना है एंड यू वांट टू सेलिब्रेट अनदर स्टोरी, उसकी भी इजाज़त है. सो व्हाट डज दिस मीन?
इट्स वेरी डिस्कम्फर्टिंग
बट अगर आपको सी आई टेल यू why I find the Indian way truly liberal, okay, rather than the Western conception of liberalism. I'd had a big argument in the UK with a friend of mine, a journalist, a white journalist, and she was trying to defend how the Westerners were actually trying to do a good thing by invading Libya and Iraq, because they were trying to teach them women's rights, and they were trying to teach them transgender rights and LGBT rights. And I'm like, those were societies which were, however they were working, they weren't in alignment with you, but they were stable. Now there are slave markets in Libya. Hundreds and thousands of people have been killed. Same in Iraq. Okay? Who the hell gave you the right to go and force your way on them? If they don't want to accept that there are 72 genders, Iraqis and Libyans don't want to accept, but for UK or Canadians, that is an article of faith that there are 72 genders. आप मानो, आप उनके ऊपर force मत करो, और they can follow what they want as long as they don't force it on you. That to me is true liberalism. So you can have multiple different stories. You don't force your story on me, I don't force my story on you, which is why you will find in India there could be some stories where there's polygamy. There could be some stories where there's polyandry. There could be some stories where.
But Amisha, you're talking about our faith. You're talking about Hinduism. We're not talking about India. We're talking about a particular faith where there is no imposition at all, because we have different faiths, different religions in our country, and this is not exactly the story there.
Only an Indian Muslim could have said, या तो मस्जिद में शराब पीने दे साकी, या ऐसी जगह बता जहाँ खुदा ना हो. Now I'm not saying कि there aren't extremists in every religious group. There are. Okay. And I have never hidden it, and even before it was fashionable. And when the first time I'd gone to Jaipur Lit Fest, I think it was 2011, I'd said on stage out there, I say it with pride and with openness, I'm a very, very proud Hindu. When it wasn't very fashionable, 2010, 2011. Yeah. By the same time, I will say that people of all other faiths, Indian Muslims, Indian Christians, all others are brothers as well. and that is a fundamental difference between India and others.
चलिए ये
That to me is actually extremely important. You go to Venkateshwara temple in South India.
yeah
It's a Lord Vishnu temple. You can Google it. You'll find images of Muslim women in burqas coming to pray out there. You won't find this in other countries. You won't find this in our neighboring country also.
definitely not. Yeah.
So, again, I'm not saying India is perfect, but there are some things that are actually very beautiful about us. We should celebrate that.
See, we are talking about different religion. Let me ask you this one question, Amish. अभी जो ये पूरी चीज़ें चल रही है ना कि सर्वे कराओ, मॉस्क के सर्वे कराओ, किस मॉस्क के नीचे मंदिर है, the society seems to be divided on that a lot, right? क्या ये सही है? क्या ये होना चाहिए? कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि छोड़ दो, जो जैसे है अब छोड़ दो.
I won't comment on specific cases, but let me tell you at a broad level what I think has happened. We have a difficult history in the last 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Invaders came and committed horrific crimes. Will Durant had said that the Turkic invasion of India was perhaps the bloodiest in human history. And ideally, we should have had a Truth and Reconciliation Commission in 1947 to speak the truth of all of this.
Okay.
Because truth actually lets the poison out. हमने क्या किया कि for whatever reasons, there were those who said नहीं कुछ तो हुआ ही नहीं, हम तो गज़ल गा रहे थे, सितार बजा रहे थे. It wasn't like that. The mistake that happened, I think our establishment historians made, if you don't call the British colonial rule the Christian invasion, why do you call the Turkic colonial rule the Islamic invasion?
Right.
Hollywood movies have also added to the confusion. People think कि Alauddin Khilji looked like Ranveer Singh and that Akbar looked like Hrithik Roshan, which is actually nonsense. They were Turks. They were from Central Asia. To us, they would have looked Chinese, but they weren't Chinese. They were from Central Asia. Hindi movies give the impression that they spoke Urdu, which is also nonsense. They didn't speak Urdu. They would have either spoken Turkic or Persian. Most Indians, including Indian Muslims, would have had no idea what they are saying. Okay. This has led to confusion in India. And I think if you have an honest conversation, we will find peace. There are two historical strains on India, and every society has. One is the foreign Turkic and British invasion. The second is the upper caste issue. On both of these, if you have honest conversations, you can find solutions today.
No, आप क्या बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं अमीश जी? मैंने सवाल पूछा कि where do you stand on this कि हर मॉस्क की जाके अभी सर्वे कर लो.
Like I said, I'm not talking about this. These are the symptoms that are happening. Because आपने जो core problem है उसे solve ही नहीं किया. These are symptoms that are emerging.
The problems are unaddressed, is what you're
saying. The problem is unaddressed truth.
Unaddressed
जैसे
truth.
देखिए, I'm a very proud Hindu. I'm also a very liberal person. लेकिन if someone comes and tells me to prove my liberalism, I have to say Aurangzeb was a good guy. यार ये आप थोड़ा अति कर रहे हो. That is not okay.
क्या आप ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि
it's like asking a Jew कि to prove his liberalism he has to say Hitler is a good guy. That's unacceptable, no?
तो अमीश ये बताइए ना, इस ऐसे लैंग्वेज में बताइए कि नॉर्मल लोग जो आपको सुन रहे हैं वो समझ पाए. क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं कि हमारे जो प्रॉब्लम्स थे उन्हें दबाया गया, उन्हें अनदेखा किया गया, इस वजह से आज हमें ये इश्यूज हो रहे हैं?
Precisely this. Yes. जो प्रॉब्लम्स थे, जो हिस्टोरिकल बैगेज था, वो सत्य उसकी चर्चा हुई नहीं. Which is why अगर आप कोर इशू को हैंडल नहीं करोगे and the symptoms emerge in other places.
किसको जिम्मेदार? आप लोग ज्ञान की बातें करते हैं, है ना? कितना बैकग्राउंड है आपका, कितनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है आपकी हिस्ट्री की, रिसर्च हिस्ट्री की, कल्चर की, हमारे देश की. आप बताइए अमीश, जिम्मेदारी किसकी थी कि इन चीज़ों को सॉर्ट किया जाए आज जो हम फेस कर रहे हैं अपने सोसाइटी में?
It's not just one individual actually, क्योंकि it was a decision made by the elite at that point of time कि ये difficult issues हैं, इसे नज़रअंदाज कर दो.
By elite you mean? You don't mean the government?
No, the elite at that point. The government is only a part of the elite. No, the government will reflect the elite consensus. Politically आप ये कहेंगे कि हाँ there's one person solve this, but we all know real life doesn't actually work that way. The government is actually a part of the elite consensus, correct? Elite consensus was at that time not to address this issue, which led to the problems that we see today. The key thing in this, when you address this issue, is two very dangerous concepts should be avoided. It's community guilt and historical guilt. These are two very dangerous concepts. I don't like them. जैसे मैंने वेस्ट में देखा है, you'll blame today's whites for what their ancestors did. That's wrong. उसने क्या किया है? Today's white hasn't done anything. Similarly in India, on historical issues, if you go on community guilt and historical guilt, then you don't solve the problem. Then you're looking for vengeance.
What's the solution right now?
Truth. Truth. I know it sounds theoretical. Truth will solve this problem. Let's speak the truth.
What sort of a truth?
Let's
Ramesh?
speak the truth about what happened in the last 1,000 years. Let's speak the truth.
That sort of also says कि ठीक है, जहाँ लग रहा है कि मंदिर है मॉस्क के नीचे तो उसकी सर्वे करा लो.
No. You're jumping onto stage 10. I'm talking about the problem began with stage 1. The problem began with stage 1. Most those were foreigners. It's very clear that Indian Christians had nothing to do with the British crimes, you know. Winston Churchill ने crime किए. Are you going to blame it on Indian Christians? You know Winston Churchill killed 4 million Indians in a man-made famine. You know that, right? In 1942, the Great Bengal famine.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Indian Christians. What do they have to do with it? But that doesn't mean we shouldn't speak about Winston Churchill's crimes. At the same time, it doesn't mean we have to go attack some today's British for what Winston Churchill did. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that to prove my liberalism, I have to say Winston Churchill was a great man. Of course not. I think he was a monster. But that has nothing to do with what a British guy would feel. That's what speaking the truth means, but with calmness. Satyam bruvat, priyam bruvat. Speak the truth, but speak it with love. But speak the truth. Do not lie about what happened to our society in the last 1,000 years. Those are horrific crimes. Horrific crimes. And sugarcoating it and suppressing it is what causes these problems.
Our educational system and the kind of stuff that we had in our syllabus mostly has not talked about
Not
a
at all.
lot
Not at all.
that has
not
happened
spoken
to our
about it.
country.
Yeah. That's where it's one of the places where the problem begins. It's one of the places.
Again, my question comes back, the people who were deciding what will be a part of our syllabus.
True. But I'm saying again, it was an elite consensus at that point of time. And if you want to create problems, then you want to, who was the person who was to blame? Or actually you want to find a solution at this point of time. Let me use an example that I use, that I say often. I'm a Shiv Bhakt. Do you know the Sagar Manthan story?
Yeah.
When the ocean was being churned? And the Kamdhenu guy, Ma Lakshmi in her form, various, blessings for the universe emerged at that time. Amrit as well. But
Wish as well, huh?
Exactly. सबसे पहले विष आया था, करेक्ट? द सागर मंथन स्टोरी इज एक्चुअली it's symbolic, it's allegorical. Any process of change is Sagar Manthan. And in any process of change, some poison also emerges. It is natural. I have said this often, at least those of us who are Shiv Bhakts, we should follow Lord Shiva's example. वो poison में कुछ ऐड मत करो, और हो सके तो वो poison पियो.
पर पियो.
हो सके
शिवा
तो
ने पिया.
पियो, like our Aradhya did, like our Lord Shiva did, लेकिन वो poison ऐड मत करो, correct? But don't try to stop the process of change. That is good.
फिक्स करने का समय आया है हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम को.
हाँ, certainly.
हम जैसी पूरी पीढ़ी ही बड़ी हो गई बिना जाने हुए
I
कि
have
क्या
written
हुआ
a lot on
हमारे
it,
देश के साथ.
and it's one of the things I try and do with my podcast and with my non-fiction books as well. I'm trying to address many of these unaddressed issues because so much nonsense has been taught to us. जैसे अंग्रेजों ने भारत बनाया है, that's what is taught to us कि भारत तो था ही नहीं.
रेलवे आया, सब उन्होंने किया.
Which is not true. But they want to convince us कि भाई हम तो बंदर थे, अंग्रेजों ने किसी तरह बचा लिया हमें. Which is nonsense actually.
Tell me one thing. Do you see mythology as a lens to, because your books deal with mythology a lot, do you see mythology as a lens to address contemporary societal issues?
It has always been that way. Which is why you'll find our Itihasa, our Puranas, the stories keep adapting depending on the age. What did Bhasar do? What did Kalidasa do? What did Goswami Tulsidas ji do? He adapted the Valmiki Ramayana to the idiom of the 16th century. What did Kamban ji do? He adapted the Valmiki Ramayana to the idiom of 11th century Tamil Nadu. Correct? Why? To address issues at that point of time. It has always been this way.
True. There are, if in your mind, are there any mythological stories or historical periods that you're particularly excited to explore in your future books? Because there are people who are reading you want to know कि अमीश क्या आगे किसके बारे में लिखने वाले, आपने चोला तो मुझे बताया.
हाँ, कठिनाई ये है कि I have too many ideas and not enough time to write. So even if I'm a workaholic, I can still only do so much. तो मैं क्या प्रयत्न कर रहा हूँ कि सिर्फ पुस्तक नहीं, so many other media through which I'm communicating my thoughts and stories.
If you had to recommend one of your books to someone new to Indian mythology, which one would you pick from the ones you've written?
You can always start with Immortals of Meluha, लेकिन सब पढ़िए.
सब पढ़िए.
11 पुस्तकें और 12वीं अभी आ जाएगी.
अरे एक तो बताइए आपके 11.
Start with Immortals of Meluha.
Start with Meluha. अच्छा ठीक है.
That's if you enjoy stories, or if you enjoy non-fiction, which is what I enjoy a lot more. Then Dharma and Idols, which I've written with my sister Bhavna Didi.
एक बड़ी यूनिक सी सवाल आई है हमारे पास, वो ये है कि संभाला और ज्ञानगंज, that has long been described as a mystical and enlightened place in ancient text, often seen as either a symbolic representation of inner enlightenment or possibly rooted in a real physical location. How does Amish perceive such a place from a mythological and a philosophical perspective, and have you ever considered exploring it in one of your works? If so, how would you reimagine it in your storytelling? बड़ा मुश्किल सवाल है लेकिन
actually whoever has asked this actually understands Indian traditions deeply. देखिए ऐसा है कि not just traditional Indian culture, but traditional cultures across the world believed that places on earth, places across the universe, places on the human body were special in that they connected to the divine. So you will find that हमारे भारतीय संस्कृति में धार्मिक रिलीजन्स में कई जगह हैं which are described as the navel of the earth, the nabi, right? The navel. And because that is supposed to represent an umbilical cord to the divine. The Sanskrit word for pilgrimage is also tirth, and the root for tirth is the crossing over point, the point at which you cross over into the divine. there are many places like this. And each of us, because we are different places appeal to different people. जैसे मैं शिव भक्त हूँ, but संकट मोचन जी in वाराणसी, for some reason I go out there, especially जो सुबह की जो आरती होती है वहाँ पे, सुबह 4-4:30 बजे, I just start crying continuously when I am out there. It's like there's something about that place which just helps me connect. My wife Shivani and I, we went to Kedarnath ji recently. We're shooting for a documentary on Lord Shiva, which will come out on Discovery TV next year. So it's a Discovery TV documentary, so they were willing to fly us on chopper out there. But I don't know why मेरे नहीं, मुझे चल के जाना है. Okay.
केदारनाथ.
हाँ. तो I decided मुझे चल के जाना है. And Shivani is such a lovely, supportive wife. She said, no, I'll also walk up with you. And then for the crew, it got embarrassing कि मैं चल के जा रहा हूँ. So even they walked, and many of them gave up in the middle. पता नहीं मेरे क्या सवार था. We started at 4:30 in the morning. I was walking continuously. Okay. Now I wasn't feeling tired at all. It's like almost like something was drawing me. शाम 6-6:30 बजे पहुँचे वहाँ पे. And there's, because the old way has been, you know, in that आपदा जो आई थी, the flood, so there's a different
route है वो जाने का.
तो we climbed up, and the first time that you can see the you know, the shikhar of Kedarnath ji, of the mandir, I just stopped and मैं फूट के मैं रो रहा था. And you know, it had a difficult personal phase, and it was almost like Lord Shiva was just drawing all that negativity out of me. And you know, Shivani was just there holding me. The rest of the crew, the ones who caught up, I guess they were nice. They didn't embarrass me. They just kept on walking. And I was like, for 10-15 minutes, I don't know what, I was just bawling, and it was like all the poison is just going out. Now you can have a rational, logical कि अरे ये क्या बकवास है. And yeah, I'm a scientific person. I read science journals. My brothers run a biotech company. But there is a beauty to this as well. Some places just have something special for you. And the belief in the Indian way is all of us have a place like that. Find it. Because if you can, you know, the spiritual strength you can draw is so massive. That is actually the point that she is referring to. And there isn't one place for everyone. It doesn't work that way. All of us are different. So all of us will have our own places.
Totally. You know, I did of course admit that I didn't like reading your books, but I do listen to your talks, Amish. And one of the talks that, you know, it impressed me so much that I must have heard it like 10 times कि ये क्या बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, is the one that you gave in Oxford, which was, is God a delusion? Beautifully, that is beautifully explained, Amish. I mean, congratulations for bringing that sort of concept. You know, when I heard it for the first time, I said, this is the kind of perspective I want my mind to have. My question here to you, Amish, is, you know, explain to us the difference, the way you understand it between the Abrahamic group of religion, and how do you differentiate it with the Dharmic one?
It's complicated and nuanced. And I take time to explain it because I don't want people to misread just one or two sentences which can appear, which can be taken out of context. So actually what I would suggest is for people to either Google that Oxford Union speech, and our side won the debate on that. And I think I was the only, I wasn't reading actually, I just said what was in my mind. Everyone else was kind of reading. And I also made a video on that very subject. It's on my podcast called God versus Science, where I've explained the same issue. But I would humbly request everyone, just listen to the entire thing to understand my argument. And again, I'm not judging the Abrahamic way. If someone wants to follow that route, good for you. It's just, why do I like this route? That's what I explain.
Okay, okay. So, if the Shiva trilogy, this is a question that's come to me from perhaps one of your fans. If the Shiva trilogy were adapted into a film or series, would you envision playing Lord Shiva or Sati? Hypothetical dinner अगर करनी है हम अमीश त्रिपाठी को, if you could have dinner with any of the mythological figures from your book, who would it be and what would you ask them?
अरे I mean ये तो बड़ा आसान सवाल है. I'll sit in front of Lord Shiva. My confidence and hope is when I die, I will at least get a few moments with him before I'm reborn once again.
Wow, शिवा से ही मिलना है अमीश को. पूछेंगे क्या
With
शिवा
all
से
respect to all other gods and goddesses.
पूछेंगे क्या शिवा
बस
से
देखना है
मिलकर?
उनको बस.
बस देखना है उनको. कितनी
नंदी जी की
भक्ति
तरह.
है,
नंदी जी की तरह बस देखना
कितनी
है.
भक्ति है. नंदी जी की तरह बस देखना है,
बस देखना है.
चुपचाप मूक तरीके से सामने बैठ के
बस देखना है.
बस देखना है शिवा को.
देखना है.
Wow, your dedication is another level. Okay, we are ending this with a rapid fire.
Okay.
All right. So, one mythological character you wish to write about but you haven't yet.
Actually many in the Mahabharata and Lord Krishna के ऊपर एक पिक्चर बन रही है अभी, a movie called Radha Ramanam. I am the creative director in that.
कृष्णा के ऊपर लिखना चाहते हैं?
There's
तो
a movie
है.
हाँ. So yeah, so I'm actually a part of that project.
Okay. A favorite book other than your own based on mythology?
यार it's very difficult because there are so many. What I
personal favorite होगी किसी
नहीं
और
देखिए ऐसा है, I read 5-6 books per month on average. I've been reading at that pace for decades. So giving an all-time favorite is impossible. So of the books I've read in the or reread in the recent past, एक Urubhanga. There's a play by Bhasa. Strongly recommend your readers to check it out.
Okay.
It's a play.
It's a play.
On Duryodhana, by the way.
On Duryodhan. Okay.
Check it out.
A movie adaptation of your book you'd love to see out of the 11.
All यार.
ये बढ़िया है अभी 11 मूवी बनवा लेते मगर एक बताइए.
अरे सबके ऊपर चर्चे तो काफियों के ऊपर हो रहा है. देखिए ये someone has taken the documentary rights for Idols. The Radha Ramanam movie is not based on my books, but like I said, I'm involved in the project. Suhel Dev के ऊपर भी एक discussion चल रहा है. Shiva trilogy and Ramchandra series, I guess, a big project, so hopefully something will work out soon.
Okay. One book that you wish you had written?
Whenever I really love a book, actually I never wish that. Honestly, because if I love it, it means it's a writer better than who has more skills than I have. So I just enjoy the book. I don't think कि भाई I should have written this.
No? Okay. Ram Raj or Chanakya Niti, which approach do you think works better for modern Indian politics?
Ooh, good one. I think there are many differences.
मुश्किल सवाल है अमीश.
No, but one of the key differences between Ram Rajya and Chanakya Niti is Chanakya Niti follows the approach of Shate Shatyam Samacharit. That दुष्ट के साथ दुष्टता ही होनी चाहिए. Lord Ram never had that approach. Yep. And in the Indian way, it is believed that dharma adapts to the time and the age that you are in. I leave it to you to decide that the age that we are living in, the world that we are living in, the neighborhood that we are living in, what approach will work better?
In all of this 1 hour that I've spoken to you, Amish, if I ask a difficult question, he'll go from here to here, will navigate, but will give you a politically correct answer. ऐसा कुछ नहीं बोलेगा, that will land him into trouble.
Internally though, within India, I want Ram Rajya. Within India, I want Ram Rajya. Within India, there should be no differentiation. Lord Ram had said this wonderful thing in Ramcharitmanas, Purush Napunsak Nari Va Jiva Charachar Koi Sarv Bhav Bhaja Kapat Taji Mohi Param Priya Soi. Any man, any woman, any transgender, any living being, any plant, any animal, love each other, give up deceit, come to me, you are my people. This is the attitude we should have. Any Indian, anyone who has the soil of Mother India in his genes is one of us. That's what Lord Ram would expect of us. But with our neighborhood, Chanakya Niti.
With our neighborhood, Chanakya Niti.
Yeah.
Okay, my final question, Amish. Does Amish believe in destiny? भगवान में तो जो भक्ति है आपकी तो जबरदस्त दिख रही है, आपके शक्ल पे ही दिख रही है. Every time you talk to Shiva, your eyes are tearing up.
You know, my father used to say this in a beautiful day. देखिए ऐसा है कि the match with the relationship between destiny and our own karma is like we are playing a badminton match or a tennis match. ठीक है? Sometimes destiny hits a real smash, okay? And sometimes it hits real dollies. But if you're focused on how the destiny is playing rather than your own game, you can miss some real dollies. If you're focused on your own game, you can pick up some smashes too. So the point is, of course, destiny has a role to play. It's silly to think that fate does not decide to some extent where you're going, either positive or negative. हमारे परिवार के साथ जो बहुत कुछ हुआ in the 7-8 years, कैंसर हो रहा है, हार्ट अटैक हो रहा है, there's no one to blame यार. अभी this fate क्या करें, correct? But the blessings that we got in our career at least, our family, that also destiny helped. But we can either keep focusing, यार पूजा पाठ करते रहो या कुछ कुंडली देखो, ये देखो. You can waste so much time on that or focus on your game. What Papa always told us, focus on your game. By destiny, it has an important role, but you focus on your game.
Because we have zero control over our destiny.
Exactly.
We
have zero control over
that
destiny.
we can make.
You must respect destiny, but you have no control over it. To focus on what you can do.
What we can do.
Life is not about what happens to you. Life is about how you react to what happens to you.
Absolutely.
And that is in your hands, right? How you react. So focus on that.
On that note, Amish Tripathi,
Thank you.
pleasure talking to you, my dear, and wishing you all the best for all the different projects that you have underway at this moment. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.